Hey, good morning, guys. So I just did a video a second ago, but we had a bit of an interruption there with the signal. As I was saying before, today's topic is to discuss the impact of oxidants and the havoc they can wreak throughout our bodies. So we have a whole host of oxidants, namely superoxides, peroxynitrates, hydrogen peroxides, to be named but a few of the many out there. But the ones that which I wish to speak about today are actually first and foremost that of superoxides, and second to that of peroxynitrates. See, what happens is when we develop superoxides is basically a half electron missing in the outer shell of the actual atoms itself, creating a massive amount of oxidative stress to occur. Now, in the outcome of excessive superoxides is that superoxides bind to nitric oxide, creating peroxynitrates, which have a much longer half-life than superoxides, and this causes a massive or greater amount of cellular damage to occur. So one of the ways in which to prevent, firstly, depletion of nitric oxide, which has a whole host of physiological negative outcomes to our health, from increasing likelihood of hypertension, atherosclerosis, poor vascular flow, for libido and epithelial health as a whole. What we want to do is also prevent the likelihood of the nitric oxide that is available developing into peroxynitrates, which are extremely harmful to almost every known chronic disease in man itself. So one way in which to do so is to neutralize superoxides by ensuring that there's a balance between copper, zinc, and manganese. Now, it's very important that when we look into minerals and utilization of minerals, that we don't just go and excessively consume one type of mineral, because it's all about the balance of the profiles. In particular, the balance between copper and zinc has a huge impact to the activity of specific nitric oxide synthase enzymes. In particular, if you were to have, for example, an excess of zinc in comparison to copper, the ability to be able to produce neural nitric oxide actually subsequently declines, as well as endothelial nitric oxide subsequently declines. If you were to have excessive copper toxicity over and above that of zinc, then you're also going to have an impact to metallothionein production, which is a very potent, powerful antioxidant, which is also going to subsequently impact nitric oxide levels. So it's very important to get the sweet spot between copper levels and zinc levels. And when it comes to manganese, we also need to make sure that there isn't an excess of manganese present that could be compromising how our calcium plays a huge role in the production of nitric oxide as well. So if you are having an issue with your libido, you're having issues with your cardiovascular health, having issues with high cholesterol, you're having issues with poor fatty acid profiles and the inflammatory reactions that are associated with that, either neuroinflammatory reactions or physiological inflammatory reactions associated with that, then really look into the profile balance that you have within your copper and your zinc profiles, as well as your magnesium stores, and see whether or not your parathyroids are utilizing calcium in an effective manner to identify and to manage the manganese impact that it might be having on calcium signaling and activity as a whole, toward its ability to neutralize superoxides. So for me, Justin McGuire, guys, have an amazing day. See you guys soon in London. And